So, okay, so the Steven Crowder saga, if you will. Again, I don't really pay attention to these right-winger guys as much as people want me to, but this saga has gotten to the point where it's well, needless to say, it's not good. Let's just start it with that one. And a 3-minute video came out of essentially Steven Crowder threatening his 8-month pregnant wife, threatening her because she wasn't doing enough wifely duties. So again, last night I was on the Leftist Mafia program and we covered this. Now, I had not seen this at the time. I was totally caught off guard by this. This shit is bad. Like, I really want y'all to really take it seriously when I tell you. Like, feel free to come back in like 20 minutes or turn the video off. Like, this shit is actually bad. Like, this is hard to watch. And it's just really, really bad. So before I play this video, this is on yashar.substack.com. Before I play this video, I want to scroll down to this. There's a part in here that I think is really important. In that the family of the ex-wife is requesting that Steven Crowder not make this public. Steven Crowder, I covered this the other day, did a whole like 5-minute life update bullshit, right? Where he's like, I've been forced to say this. I wanted to keep it private. Turns out he wasn't forced to say it, and he could have kept it private, and he just chose not to for attention and for money, apparently. I'm not sure. But just to read this real quick, we hope that Steven will cease speaking publicly about these personal matters in an untruthful manner. We also look forward to there being full transparency in the legal process so there's fairness and accountability for blah, blah, blah. We also know that Candace Owens invited the ex-wife on her show. So I hope to God that happens just for my own entertainment's sake. But again, this is bad, okay? I don't even know if I'm going to play all of this. I might skim around here. But wow, it's really bad. So let's just turn it on.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary.
Audio.
No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car.
All right, so this fucking little cocksucking freak, and that's really, I need people to really understand, Steven Crowder is a fucked up freak. This guy belongs in a straitjacket in a fucking cell somewhere in like some fucking like Guantanamo Bay type shit. This guy is an evil fucking cock wrangler. All right, so the way this clip starts off, and again, this is a Ring camera video. For those of you that don't know, Ring camera, which is like, it's a type of surveillance camera essentially, and it like auto records videos, so that if someone tries to break into your house or whatever, you've got like, it's like a home style CCTV situation. And so, but again, it usually auto deletes videos. So what happened probably is the wife in this instance was like, all right, well, he might not realize that this is on the Ring camera. I'm going to back up these videos because I'm thinking about probably getting the fuck out of here. So there's probably more of this as well. But again, this clip starts off with Steven fucking fuck shit ass motherfucking goddamn motherfucker telling the wife that she is abusive. She is the abusive one. Isn't that nuts? Right? Like, because she's not doing a wifely duty, whatever the fuck, she's the abusive one. Let's keep going.
Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
Another thing I want to say about this fucked up video that I'm watching here, this is like some... this feels like some shit that, like, back in the day, you'd have to, like, fucking go to some weird website, the only purpose of the website is to host this video, and, like, you gotta, like, go, like, are you sure you want to watch this? Yes. Are you over the age of 18? Yes. This is, like, some, like, fucked up shit. Like, I'm serious. I don't even know why this is allowed to be streamed on YouTube, but apparently it is. With the way this guy is, like, fucking, like, sitting on the couch with his, like, fucking little fucking, like, weirdo pose, like he's the goddamn motherfucker from The Godfather, smoking his fucking cigar, telling his fucking servant, his slave, if you will, to go do wifely duties while blowing fucking cigar smoke. Because this is the thing about this, is also, like, this is a bad father, right, in every sense of the word. This guy is, like, literally, like, trying to flex on the 8-month pregnant bitch and blowing cigar smoke in her face while telling her that she's the abusive one. Like, I mean, seriously, and you know what? I'm going to tell you all this right now. Steven Crowder's career may take a hit from this, right? It may take a hit from this. But the people in his audience, okay, that aren't going to leave him, right? So there's going to be a contingent of people that are going to see this and go, Jesus, fuck, I got to get out of here, okay? Well, there's going to be a contingent of this guy's audience, and he has got a large audience, that's going to see this and go, they're trying to take down Stephen. They're trying to take him down. They, who's they? I don't know, the Jews, maybe. They're going to take him down. And they're going to get way more animated. And we're going to have to deal with a position where you're probably going to end up looking at the video comments for this video, and you're going to see some like swarming of 4chan trolls talk about how I didn't see any abuse. Blah, blah, blah. So I need you all to understand the way that this came out, though. Like, as far as Steven's audience, he played it perfectly, right? He was told privately not to make it public. The audience isn't going to know that. So he makes it public by saying he was forced to do so. He wasn't. And then now, because he's defending himself, quote unquote, in his audience's mind, now the woke mob is throwing a bunch of stuff at him. So again, he's going to use this. He's going to ride off of this. He's even probably going to go to court with Candace Owens, regardless of how that lawsuit's going to play. This guy, because ultimately, right-wingers and the way that they animate their base is victim mentality. That is 101 conservative propaganda. Victim mentality. White people are becoming a minority. The fucking whatevers are gonna come get you. They're taking your jobs. You're a victim. You're a victim. The LGBTs are stealing your rights. You're a victim. You know, you can't even fucking beat your wife anymore. You're a victim. And so the way that this is going to come out, the way Steven Crowder is going to play this, is he's going to be the victim, and his audience, again, there's going to be a small sliver that's going to see this and go, whoa, I'm getting the fuck away from here. But the people that are not doing that are going to be emboldened. They're going to give him extra money. He's got like a mug club. I don't know what the fuck that means. He's going to sell a bunch of mugs, if that's what it is. I don't know if he actually sells mugs. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's keep going. I'm not going to watch this whole thing. If you can go watch this whole thing if you want, but
steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's not unreasonable.
Like the way, can we talk like the way this fucking little cock wrangler is fucking talking? My grill, my pellets. You gotta go get me my pellets for my grill. Yo, like again, top 10 motherfuckers that, you know, should have been working at the World Trade Center on September 11th, 2001, Steven fucking Crowder. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, this guy's steaks, his pellets, and his grill are more important than the crying 8-month pregnant with twins, by the way, wife. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, Jesus.
But I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How do you...
Now, this is some, like, again, this is some... And we also have to have this conversation as well. Is this poor woman, whatever you want to call her, she was groomed by religion to put up with this situation? I need people to understand that this is... When these religious fucking freaks, and that's all of them... All religious people are freaks, okay? There's no such thing as good Christians, because good Christians enable the institutions that teach people when they're kids to behave like this. And I'm not talking about Steven Crowder, though that also applies to him. I'm talking about the wife, Hillary Crowder, unfortunate first name, by the way. But she was groomed, taught, and raised from a young age to be a slave. That's what this is. I need you to understand. This is what religion does to people. It destroys their humanity. It destroys their self-worth and teaches them, if they're women, to be slaves. So this is why Steven Crowder feels the ability to talk to her like, how do you treat the men in your life? The men! Would you treat other men like this? As if men are like a specific category of royalty that every man you need to be subservient to. Do you treat other men like this? Do you respect the men? Like, what the fuck? But the whole reason he says that is because this bitch was groomed and raised in a cult. And again, I'm not talking about a fucking like Kool-Aid cult. I'm talking about Maine fucking stream fucking Christy fucking anity. That's what this teaches. I'm sorry about your, oh, but my church is progressive. Oh, but no, it's fucking not. Because fundamentally, you can believe in Jesus without believing in the magic, right? You can believe in Jesus's teachings without pretending like the Bible has any value, okay? It's an old-ass book that people are using to raise people to become slaves and to become okay with it. There is no ever possible explanation for putting up with this behavior from her perspective. The only reason she did is because from a young age, she was groomed into believing that this is an abuse. This is just how to be a good wife. This is how to be a good partner. This is how to be a good, child bearer or whatever the fuck, right? So again, now, does that mean she likes it? No, right? But she has to deal with the fact that, well, fuck, everything I've ever been taught my entire life led me to this moment, and I'm being fucking abused beyond belief. Yikes. Now, again, is she going to go out there and question the whole religious fundamentalism that she was grown up with and bred into? Probably not, because let's be honest, if she married Steven Crowder to begin with, she's probably not that bright. And I don't want to go out here and turn this into a victim-blaming thing. I'm not. She doesn't deserve this. Nobody does. But my point here is when we enable religious institutions that allow people to teach kids into believing in the strict hierarchical men are better than women, men are the leaders, women are the servants, that's a fucking problem. But you don't see laws being drafted to ban Sunday school for people under the age of 13. Let's ban Instagram for people under the age of 13. That's fine, but banning Sunday school, no way, because we need to teach our kids values, and this is the fucking values that they're talking about. Let me skip ahead. There's this like really fucked up part. Again, I don't want to fucking watch this whole thing right now. It's not worth the mental whatever. But this part here is really fucked.
Okay, I love you, but Steven, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. Fucking.
So, okay, she finally says the A word. Now, again, at the start of this 3-minute clip, Steven Crowder accuses her of being abusive. Can you believe it? And so she finally says, your abuse is, I've had enough of it. And now this guy's like, watch it! Watch it! Like, what in any context is that not a physical threat? Like, I'm just like, and again, later in this video, it said that even Steven Crowder admitted this in legal proceedings, that he said that he would, quote, fuck her up if she continued acting out. So, there's your little epilogue for you. I don't want to play this part, that part. So she finally said, now I want to really just look at the body language here. Just look at this.
Your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it.
So notice when he says that her body language, she recoils. Now, again, probably a subconscious reaction, but that to me, the fact that she like leans back and gets into a running position, right? Because look at this. If you look at this, she is like leaning forward and talking, being assertive for the first time in the entire relationship, presumably. And then as soon as he says to watch it, she gets back, which leads me to believe that watch it in a lot of ways has been the direct precursor to a physical abuse situation. That's what it looks like to me. That's how I read this situation, right? So again, you can look into more of this if you'd like, but this Steven Crowder guy is either going to have his career get ruined, which I don't think is going to happen, or this guy is going to get a lot more dangerous, because now this guy is, by his own proverbial words, untethered. There's no more boots on his neck, so to speak, as he says, right? So this guy is probably not going to disappear unless he is thrown in jail or into a straitjacket, right? So we're going to have to deal with this guy who is just on video abusing the shit out of his pregnant wife, and that's somehow going to be a positive thing for his audience moving forward. And again, we really need to fundamentally understand that these right-wingers are fucked up freaks. Are fucked up freaks. They're irredeemable, okay? They're disgusting. And they're deplorable, all right? They're fucked up freaks, okay? Now, I believe in rehabilitation. I believe if these people sincerely were to go into a rehabilitative situation behind bars, away from society so that they can't hurt people, and they're willing and open to changing and learning about a better way to live life, I'm willing to believe that it's possible that these people could be reintegrated into society. But until that happens, you need to be aware that conservatives, and especially religious people, and especially people that really get uppity and defensive about religion, these people are harboring some really fucked up belief systems, okay? And again, to all the good Christians out there, I gotta be honest with you, you don't, like, oh, you're a Christian, but you don't really believe in the magical stuff. You just believe that Jesus is a good guy. Guess what? You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to pretend that God is real. You don't have to pretend that Jesus is real. You don't have to. You can just be a normal person and say that that's your North Star or whatever, right? You know, again, this idea that religion, there's any such thing in a country that is a theocratic fascist dictatorship, or at least burgeoning, in a country where there's such a thing as religious discrimination, I'm sorry. Unless you're a Muslim, or unless you're Jewish, or some other sort of minoritarian religion, you are not and never have been and never will be discriminated against, so I need you to shut the fuck up. So this goes out there to all the motherfucking Christians, okay? Please shut the fuck up. Because your fucking conspiracy theories are what created people like Steven Crowder and Hillary Crowder. Now, again, I'm not victim blaming, but what I'm saying is if you brainwash a child from the moment they're born into being a servant and to being a slave, and that's what Hillary's parents did, can you really be surprised? So again, this is why fundamentally I don't respect any religious institution. To be frank, I find it hard to respect people that claim to be religious at all. I find it hard, especially in this modern iteration of the world, this timeline right here, right now. If you're still caping for fucking Jesus goddamn Christ, you're losing the plot, okay? I'm sorry. You're a useful idiot. You're a zombie, okay? This shit's not working out. But anyway, yeah, so there you go. There's your meat and potatoes segment, which I need to come up with a better analogy there, being a vegetarian, but let's hope I can make some ad money off of Steven Crowder being an abusive person, because he gets to monetize it. Why can't I? You know? If Steven gets to monetize him being abusive, why can't I monetize him being abusive, right? So think about it that way. But anyway, go watch some ads.